Hey lollies and jelly beans, I'm Melanie Florence and this is Hot Tea for the Soul. Today I'm doing a pick a pile. Well, pick a card, pick a deck, right? Pick a deck. Think about this while I talk to you. This is the Wild Unknown Archetypes deck. It's very different, very modern. My little sprite, he's been around forever, this little Woodland Sprite. My mum gave it to him. Never used him as keyring. And I've got like a carebear and teacup, right? Because we've got tea. And that's with the Greenwood Tarot, right? And on the other side over here, we got Poppy. We got Poppy, and she's on the Modern Witch Tarot deck, right? And I've got a few other decks out that I'm going to add to them, but I'm going to run one into the other. So this is a self-love reading. If you haven't seen these before, I do them as a self-love pyramid, right? So it all comes down to you. It's 5 cards for how we got here, 4 for our healing element, 3 for how we apply that to the practical world, 2 for our partnerships, and then 1 for our self-love card to see where it's all at. I'm doing this for the full moon, so it's got full moon vibes. Virgo, full moon. I did put in a thing on my Hot Tea for the Soul, the stuff. I've put like an astrology guide for this moon because there's this chick, Pamela, somebody. Anyway, she's great. Check it out for what the actual astro is. But here, we've got elements for you. You get to pick which one you want. Think about it wisely. There'll be timestamps in the comments. All right. You know what? I'm going to start with the archetypes deck. So I'm going to do these in order. Why not? So for the moment, I'm going to put our Care Bear and our Teacup just back over here. And I'm going to put Poppy and the Modern Witch Tarot over here. And we're going to start with the Wild Unknown Archetype. So put that there for a second. As per normal, I am going to start with a card from the Heart and Soul deck, which is Tony Carmen Salinaro. He's got a few beautiful decks, but this one is great. It's good for love, and if you just want something around your house to pick up and give you a vibe, this is the deck for you. All right, you are a beautiful soul. Let's see what the picture is. Sparkle. Okay. You're a beautiful soul. Look within and you will see it. There is a pearl in your heart. Close your eyes and feel it. The most precious thing is inside of you. Calm your mind, meditate, and you will feel your soul's infinite spiritual realm. Looking within, you will never go without. All right, there's a place to start. Inside of your heart, looking for your pearl. We're always looking for somebody else's pearl. Sometimes it's great to stop and look at your pearl. All right, full moon, I've come out with the Spellcaster's Oracle because it's got a lot of circles, it's got a lot of moons, and just to prove it, with this full moon, there's empowerment. All right, so you're empowering yourself, you're looking for that pearl within. All right, looking at that special look within, you'll never go without. Empower yourself, surround yourself, put your boundaries up in this full moon. Really empower yourself. You can give yourself the love that you give other people. All right? Sometimes we pour it into other people in other circumstances and don't pour it on us. We don't see our pearl while we see other people's pearls. All right. I've got the Greenwood Oracle, which only came out a few weeks ago. It's really readily available if you're after one. It's a lot of herbs and plants, and it's all from the garden. So, I'm going to take those 2. 3 apparently. All right, we have protection with the onion. Onions are fantastic. Pickled onions fantastic, are really great for colds and flus. They're full of vitamin C, but we have a lot of protection inside of this. We see that it's an earthy vegetable and an earthy reach vegetable. There's a bit of dream catching inside of this circumstance, but there's protection around you while you're empowering yourself. And there's an attraction. All right, they've made, this is an air. All right, so we've got an air symbol in here with the violets. Violets? Pansy. All right, we don't need weeds in our bed. Bit of Alice in Wonderland just there for you. So, that's very interesting. It's also got an Aries symbol. So they've said that it's an earthy, but it's a fiery earth inside of that protection. Okay, and then this is, so again, attraction. This is an airy attraction. This is of your mind, and this is attracted to thoughts and things that you got going on. Empower yourself, because you got happiness. You got sunshine in your pocket. All right. So this is good. These are all good things. We've got some happiness in here. Protecting yourself, attraction to things, really seeing that pearl within yourself, and empowering yourself. All right, in the background, I do have one more deck, which I've got is the Earth Magic, because I really love a little bit of Earth Magic going on, just so we know what the Earth vibes are. What's the earth telling you? Look for the fairies. All right, this is the Earth Magic card. It's the only fairy one in this deck, considering how many fairy decks I have. All right, but this deck is is really telling you to connect with that, connect with your elemental, really connect with your garden, empower yourself. Look for that little bit of spirit inside of you. Find your pixie ear. All right, listen to it. It's out there for you. All right, finding your little pearl, your little fairy inside of you. All right, archetypes. So this is a very different deck. I actually picked it up and it took me a while to actually start reading it because I'm like that. I like to turn the decks over. If you've seen other ones that I do with new decks, I actually read from the book because I do a bit of storytelling and we actually tell you what's in the books. But this one took a little while to get used to. There's actually a tarot deck, which if I was going to get another deck, would be the deck. All right, we're going to go that one, then that one. Let's put them all together. Oh, Eros, the father. All right, let's link them all together. Let's see what we've got. Build it up. Oh, it could be a loving father. Oh, is the one. Oh, you might be hooking up with a loving father. That's the one. All right, because this is a love card. We've got Eros sitting there, which has a diamond between a set of lips sitting in there. We've got this tree, but the father is two sides. The light and the dark and the grow and this father figure with the moon and the sun. And it's really... All right, and then the one. The one. Let me show you. All right, and so this is searching for the one. Maybe the one inside yourself. Again, could be this pearl inside yourself that you're looking for. Empower yourself. All right. Oh, and the village. This is part of a village. This is all telling you to connect with the people around you. Connect with, you know, this is a reconnection with people. You come down out of the mountain and you come down and you see the people in the village, and we're all part of this cycle with the village in here. One more for how we got here. These are how we got here. We're striving. We're reaching. We've been going for the goals. So this is, you know, maybe you're being the one and you're being part of the community and this is helping you reach your goals. Maybe you've taken on this fatherly, loving energy that is promoting you to be part of it. But this is reaching for goals and medallions, like goals and personal goals and being able to reach for those. All right. We've got a couple of hands in there. So the helping hands, healing hands. Okay, that's how we got here. The loving father. Or, yeah, this is taking on with the one with the village. Let's see what else comes up, because I like how these build. They start building and you see it flow through. So that was 5 cards to how we got here. So there's 4 cards for our healing on it. What's going to heal us? Oh, the river. So this is a connection to the emotions, and you can see the rainbow on it, and it's ever flowing. So emotions and water is always emotions, and how we emotionally connect things, you know. And this is flowing, and it's fertile on a real loving sort of energy. You can see different shadows, you can see different colours in it, and so it gives you different perspectives when we look at the river. Right. There's a bit of a horse in there, so we're sort of talking about somewhere in there a knight, usually. Knight on a horse, and that strength of the river. Okay. Okay. So we're healing with our emotions, maybe. Okay. Oh. And we're part of the storm. There's lightning energy inside of this. I always love lightning energy. Considering it's the blasted oak and it's the tower, it's our Thor energy. It means that it happens, and it happens quick, and you break away from shit that you probably don't need to be involved in. And when we go through this storm, there's an endurance, there's an energy inside of the storm. You can charge your crystals, and like you would in a full moon, you can charge in a storm. So this is a real powerful energy coming from this father tree and this one energy, and it's this healing. It's made you empowered, perhaps, or there's striking things that are happening. A bit watery. On your healing element, which is reaching into your emotions and connecting to those. All right, 2 more. 2 more. What do we got for our healing element from this archetype deck? Oh, the empty room. See how you see out onto the galaxy with this? You see out into the stars. So it's not blocked. You're not locked in. It's a space. It's a meditational space, perhaps, that you can like see the world and the universe from, but you got this clear spot. You cleared your mind, you cleared your energy. Like inside of this storm, there's a spot here that you can sit and endure. That's very interesting. So there's an endurance inside of that, inside that empty room. There's openness. There's a way for you to work with the empty room. Okay. And the village. So you're clearing space inside of here, that feels like. All right. So emptying out some of those excess thoughts. We've gone through this storm with the river. We're going. All right, and we're going to take this one. Oh, Anima Mundi. All right, Anima Mundi is like, you can see the meditative spot inside of this. This is everything. It's sort of like all our animal instincts, all of these wonderful elements all thrown in together, like in these, you know, when you drop it, like the stone into the water, it says, you know, these ripples and the ripple effects of the things that you put in and all the elements that you put inside of your life. So this is soul searching. This is taking that moment to connect with everything, connect with your physical world, connect with the spiritual world, and it's with this village and the empty rune. It's reaching out. So there may be that this is actually the price from the quest, is that you've actually tapped into this spiritual stuff. You've taken this spot. All right. So we've got some big energies going on with the storm in here, and we really have been searching for the one and connecting, trying to connect with the village of people and share your love inside of here. So the storm element is going to clear things, but we also then have that empty room. So this all links in here with your Anima Mundi. You can sit in this space, and this river is flowing from this storm. So there's an emotional stuff going on. There's real big stuff going on, but you're actually real clear-minded by that. You've really been connecting to the right things for you. So 3 more. This is how we're going to apply this to the practical world. Let's see. All right, let's see what we got. How do we apply this to the practical world? Oh, okay, there's a prayer. Our prayers, our thoughts, our deeds, our words, everything is important. When we say it out loud, we take it out into the universe. All right, so we put a prayer out there. We put a prayer out there for something to change. All right, so there's a lot of like positive vibration energy in this. Like we're really putting out there, you know, our prayer for the world. It might be, you know, you shouldn't really pray for yourself. Apparently, you should pray for other people. And if you're like me, I like to connect to like Gaia and connect to the earth and then send it through her, so it amplifies for that person. So you can say a little prayer for somebody else, but there's hope inside of this card. Hope is an action. Hope is a doing word. So we're going to apply that to our world. All right, so deep meditation from this space, from this storm. There's a calm after the storm, the river, and it all flows through. Okay, 2 more for how we apply. You, apparently. Oopa. The seed. So we've got a seed that's planted, and think not about the seed in the apple, but the orchard in the seed. All right, you got an idea from all of this storm and from out of this empty room and this meditation you've been on and these quests that you've been going to really focus and maybe find the one or find yourself. Inside of this, there's a seed that you're going to find. This is how we're planting. So we're planting seeds. We're starting to maybe start business. This is a real practical sort of earthy thing. This is also that pearl that you find inside of yourself. All right, so maybe you've taken this time to empower yourself. You've been attracted to certain things. You've been protecting yourself. All right, but you want to find happiness and that seed, and we've talked about it being the pearl inside of you. Okay, empowering yourself in this full moon. We're going to plant some seeds. So we've got a prayer and we're going to plant some seeds. So we might pray over those seeds and watch our garden grow. Okay, 1 more for how we're going to apply this to the world. Oh, there's that lightning again. Every time I see this card, I'm like, it cuts through the bullshit. It's cutting through the light and day. It's like a bit of it's always a bit airy energy when you turn up with the sword, and we've got this lightning to go with it. So it's cutting through it all. It's cutting through all this shit. It's where this storm has come before. We're really pushing that one step further. We're taking that and we're taking the action with this sword. You know, we've gone through all the meditation on this. We've been reaching our goals. So this is perhaps talking about it, but really cutting through that edge of the light and the dark, and between our sun and our moon. And it's got a real balance in there. But I do see cutting through the bullshit every time I see this card. So it's like, you know, you're cutting through all the stuff that it doesn't suit you. All right, we've gone through the storm. We're now gonna go. You know, this is applying it to the world, is taking it and talking about it, what your seed is, what your prayer is, and really applying that to the world. Ooh, okay, partnerships. How are we running with partnerships? This is not necessarily just lovers. This is the partnerships. How you're working with people around you. Okay. What do we got? How are we working with people around us? Okay. Stop right there. Thank you very much. Alright, so you're putting a stop to something. There's some dead ends. There's perhaps with all of this lightning energy, you've gone like, I'm going to work with people that I want to work with, but I'm not going to work with others. And this has been a real tendency. And so self-love, you've really got to work with that, right? And so in partnerships, perhaps you're putting up boundaries. Perhaps you are empowering yourself, right? You're protecting yourself inside of this. So there might be some stuff that you're like, this is stopped right here in your partnerships. We are cutting through bullshit just here. All right, and it goes with the prayer and the seed though. So this is ending of toxic stuff. It always has to be the ending of something toxic. Let's see what the other partnership cards are. Make a bet it's a total opposite. That it's like, I hate them, I love them. I've got Gemini moon though, so let's see. Whoa, okay, wrong. See, not psychic. All right, just intuitive. This fault line. This is where, this is where the edge is. This is where the cracks are. This is where and there's a lot of energy that creates. There's a lot of earth energy just here. It's driven and it's empowered, and this is where the edges of two plates clash. So it could be that you are actually standing up for yourself and with this sword and this seed and your idea, and you're like ending to stuff that doesn't suit me, because this is the line. Like, I've cracked it, and that's the line, and that's where it stands. And so, you might find that you are standing up for yourself and you're saying, this is where it is, and this is where the fault is, or not fault as in their fault. This is where the fault line is. This is where we've been clashing. And I'm not going to keep walking forward that, because I actually want something more peaceful. I've thought about this. I've been in this empty room. I've spent my time thinking about this. There's a lot of prayer inside of this, because you want something else. You've been searching for the one. Okay. Fault line. Where the cracks are in things. Maybe you're noticing the cracks, and that's where it stops. Because you're cutting through the bullshit, because you've got your own things going on. Because you're looking at your seed. Okay, so look within and you will never go without. Self-love, the last card for this reading. All right, one more. What we got? Look at this. Agape. Look at all of the strains of light that are inside of this. We've got all our candles lit. There's a couple of stars in this that we're aiming for. This is wish fulfillment. And this has got community wish fulfillment. This energy comes in from other places. So this is still talking to our village. And this is really meditating on the things that we want, and really keeping the focus and burning the lights on what we want. And like the star gives us the empowerment to, to work and walk forward, because we've got a goal and we've got aims. And these are all these different energies and lights coming in and out, that the inputs that we have for this balance inside of here. And this sort of connects to that Anima Mundi that we were standing in before, with its candles and stuff inside of here. So, where have we come to with all of this? My little wood sprite. Alright, so you're still working with the village. You've got your ideas. You've actually spent some time working on this. You have been clearing. This is a clearing element that's coming through now, and it's your healing element. And then we continue to that. We're bringing it into the world, right? We're going to keep talking about this change and where our healing and why we've come to this with the river, and we've flowed through to this spot. We've got a seed, we have a prayer, we've got this pearl inside of ourselves that we believe in, we're empowered by. And this is really cutting through. You're cutting through. You can see where the cracks in it are. You can see where it all comes to blows, and you're putting a stop to that. You're putting a stop to that in your relationships, and that's empowered. That's drawing boundaries. And it's to regroup, because this village is important still. But it's sort of, cutting in the meaningful people. It's cutting out old preconceived ideas that no longer suit you. This is a real change inside of here, and I think there's a strength in this, because you've been looking at the strength of the masculine, the paternal father, looking after, and the love of that, maybe even for the planet. All right, because we're looking for that wholeness of the one in somebody else and in ourselves. And there is the seed follows straight down, and the seed's right in the middle of this. So your seed, your tree, what you're planting, your pearl inside of this, you're cutting out like stuff that isn't going to move forward for you, while you really focus on the things that do, the the things that bring you light, the things that are actually bringing you stuff into your world. This is really empowered. You're attracting good things to yourself. You're protecting yourself. And there's happiness coming right across here from the marjoram. I didn't say that was marjoram before. This is marjoram, people. Marjoram. So we got happiness. I really hope that that resonates with you. Let me know in the comments. It'll be great. Hit like and subscribe because that stuff really helps my channel and stuff. And I really would love to see you. I have to put out the weekly reading, so look for that. The weekly elemental hot tea is also out. Happy full moon, and I will catch you soon. All right, I'm going to pull this all in the magic of how this works with timestamps. This is just going to jump, and if you're going to pick the other one, then it's going to jump straight to it anyway. Thanks for being here, guys. All right, let me pull this all in. Let's see what we do here. Let's pull the archetypes to the side. We'll put them for the funds up here with all my other cups. And I'm going to push you over here. Do that over there. All right. Sorry, guys. I know these look long because there is a little bit of doing this. And I love when you're using one card, right? Because the shuffle's really easy. But let's do that. Throw you in there. And throw you in there. I'm going to put the fairy within in there because we're going to reuse all these cards. All right. So we're now going to go to, let's swap you over, my carebear in teacup. All right, we're going on to the Greenwood for those who have chosen the Greenwood. The Greenwood. Here we are, people. Thank you very much for choosing it. And I'm going to start, as per usual, with one of the cards from the Tony Carmen Selenaro. Once I shuffle these, once they get a little bit, let's put them back together. It's a heart and soul deck. If you're looking for something that's just sweet to have on your table, to have a look at every day, this is a beautiful deck. All right, we're going to take that one. We'll put these ones back. What do we got here? So, allow your imagination to drift beyond the horizon, beyond time, where there is a world of dreams without limits, full of magical ideas, a world that is just waiting for you. But this faraway world is not so far. It's inside your heart, and all it takes to get there is a dream. All right, this is a dreamer's heart, and this is not just about your dreams as in internal, like overnight. This is your dreams. You dream in your heart. What are they? All right, I'm calling them heartworks from now on. So this is talking about finding your heartworks and knowing your dream, and you can actually get to it. All right, all it takes to get there is a dream. So just think about that just a little bit. What is the most congruent thing that you're looking for from your life, right? What did you want to add for you in your life? All right, it's really important. Our hearts, hopes and desires, hopes and dreams. Okay, so because it's full moon, I am going to take one out of the, this is the Spellcaster's Oracle. Okay, let's take one out of here because it's really full moonish. Okay, ooh, career. All right, hopes, dreams and desires. Are you making yourself something new with this full moon? Is your career in focus? Are you spending your time like working out what you actually want to be doing, not just actually wasting your time in something? Careers and jobs are different, right? So once upon a time, they said you had one job and one career. So you were the paper boy and then you moved into your other career and you stayed with them forever, right? Different world now. 10 years ago, they said that you would have 10 jobs and 3 careers. So you would have 10 jobs in the middle of 3 careers that you would have, and you would reform yourself. What I really love is the thought that we can redream our life. All right, spend a bit of time. We're talking about dreaming here. You could achieve things previously that you're like, yeah, done all of that. I've got something different going on. You're allowed to redream your life. You're allowed to look at what was on the list before, go tick, cross, dotted, throw that list out, burn it, and write your new list, right? So this could be redreaming your career. Some of us are in a really interesting position from all of this, which is sort of why I'm here. My heart works. I'm redreaming my career while we're sitting here talking, right? So, please hit like and subscribe, because that stuff really helps me. Share it with your peeps. But we're redreaming, and we're really focusing on what that is. What is the heart's desire inside of this? All right. What else have we got? So this is a Greenwood Tarot. It's new out and it's got a whole heap of things from the garden in here. And we're talking pumpkin time. It's pumpkin time, people. Get out there and get your pumpkin on. What I like about orange is that it released nervous tension. It's fiery, so it's got passion inside of it. They've said this is an earth because it's a root vegetable, I guess. They've called this an earthy sort of element, but we're talking about being productive. And being productive, look, that surgical sort of stuff, and pulling stuff out. We're pushing stuff around. So this is very productive inside of what we've got going on here. So you're being productive about redreaming your career just here. I like it. And on top of here, we've got a lot of birds. Birds is talking. Let me show you. Birds up in here. Birds are always talking and communication. There's a lot of talking with your career, and we're being productive about it. Might be that you're putting yourself out there. Put yourself out there. Right now, you can change your life. All right, what have we got from the Earth Magic Oracle? Earth Magic? Earth Magic? Yeah, it is Earth Magic. It's going to take two, apparently. Action. All right. So there might be, while you're doing all of this and we try to get things that are passionate, we've got to be careful about being volatile. But this is a lot of action in the air, all right? Considering you're being productive and we're talking about your career, maybe time not to go off. We are in a full moon. It is really easy to lose your temper. You must be careful about the words we use at the moment. We are in a spot with the planets, and I was watching this, and it's really imperative that we really watch what the words we say are and be really careful about that. All right, and the full moon. So we got completion. So it may be that you've pushed yourself and you actually are coming to a spot that you have redreamed or stuff, and you really are pushing that volatile, with fire energy, pushing it out there. We're being productive with that fire energy towards our career and redreaming ourselves. So with the full moon cycles, we come to completion. So we sort of set our intentions in the new moon, and by the time we get to the full moon, we're really looking at this completion, and here we are. So some of this might have been that you've been crafting yourself and now you're ready. All right, now you're ready to explode. You're ready to put it out there. Just don't lose your temper while you've got all this passion going on. Okay, redreaming. I love redreaming. It's one of my favorite spots. Really rethink about yourself. Write a list of things that are not your career, but the things that you are. It's always fun. All right, just be careful you don't become explosive. So here we are with the self-love pyramid, if anybody hasn't seen this before. What we do is we're going to do 5 cards for how we got here, 4 for our healing element, 3 for how we apply that to the practical world, 2 for our partnerships, and 1 for our self-love. So with the Greenwood, let's see what we got. All right, first card out. Oh, we've been following our ancestors. We're protected by our ancestors. It may be that you've been inspired by something that, you know, is from your ancestral DNA, but it's like, I always, you know, if you come to the realization that in your blood is all the footsteps of the people that are that have led to you, of all of your ancestors, right? It's their footsteps that you walk in. Right? So this here, it's talking about being protected by those ancestors while you follow your guiding light, while you follow your star. There's new moon inside of this, so, you know, with the new promise and new hope that's going to come with this, as you follow, you will always have your ancestors, even in your darkest moments. All right, so that's the first card. Let's get another 4. Let's see what we got. We start with your ancestors, following your guide. There's a healing element inside of this. You spend a lot of time in patience. All right. Trying to work out your dark and your light, trying to work out your spirit to your human, and balance yourself. Oop. And we've got the shaman, so this is a real manifestation. This is productivity in the practical world. Can be a Gemini energy, it can be really talking about it, but this is a real manifestation. This is taking that inspiration and that inspired light and working out how to actually apply it and make the magic in your life. All right, to be the shaman that heals yourself. All right, the shaman will come at times when you need wisdom, when you're talking about movements, but this is great movement sitting in here with the ancestor and the shaman straight off. All right, this is how we've got here. Following your path, following your ancestors, and listening to your inner shaman. So we want to make a home. All right, this is looking after ourselves. This is also career driven. This is the end of it. This is the end of the stones suit. So we're really talking about our legacy. We're talking about our house, our home, our apple tree, all right, and what we're blessed with. And so this is driving for your future. There's a lot of future drive inside of this, very practical, but it's really deep. It's deep, and it's changed from where you are manifesting it from your heart's desires. All right, because we want to make a home, or you are protecting your home. You want to be able to invest into your future, or it's really like we've gone through all our traditions and we know we've got the keys to actually make and to take the house. All right, again, we've got that pole star is in there again. So following our dreams and stars. Okay. Two more for how we got here. Two more for how we got here. Oh, so we have the Stoat. This is looking for like a little bit of faith. This is looking for those little bit of ideas that you've got. It's running over here. It's running over there. Could be a fire element child. All right, but this is really, this very inspired. You could be getting intuition. You could be like getting messages. You're looking for faith. You're turning the rocks over to work out what you believe in, right? That's it, and it's turning it over to get your faith, right? This is turning over. This is redreaming. What do you want from it? Oh, right, I can tell you what you want from it. You're looking for fulfillment. Okay, so we're looking for this fulfillment. We're looking for, the things that... Two is the decisions, and I talked about those healing snakes, and there they are. We're balancing out our light and dark. We're balancing out our physical realm and our spiritual realm. Inside of that, I've heard blood and semen, but I'm going to go physical realm and spiritual realm, because it's your physical and your dark snake and your spiritual, and it's finding that fulfillment. What is that you make these decisions of faith, and it's bringing it in and bringing it home so that you can, bring this faith to yourself. Okay, and it's fulfilling your desires. It's fulfilling these heartworks, right? This card already came out. So this is our healing elements. We're going to 4 cards for our healing element. This is the Queen of Cups. So this is this emotional woman. She's connected to all of her loving spirit. This could be somebody that that has really got an input, and they've been a loving individual that is helping you out. All right, but this is connecting to your emotions in a very feminine way and being able to communicate that. All right, so this is what's coming out of the shaman and the ancestor in this quest. So this could be somebody you know, or it could be you. Okay. 3 more for our healing element. Yep, we'll take that one. Why not? All right, so respect is a man with a very big stick. This is about respecting yourself, though. See all those 8 sticks behind him? They are the things that he is willing to stand for. They're the things that he believes in. They are his passions. They are his family. They are the things that he is passionate about. Where he draws that line, that's the boundary. And if he lets you inside that boundary, then he trusts you. All right, but if not, you're gonna respect him, and you're gonna stay on the outside of the boundary. These are the things you're willing to stand for. This is the stuff that you're willing to say. This is my spirit. This is the drive. This is what I respect about myself. Getting respect. This is respecting yourself, and this is a healing element. Love it. So we then go. We don't have placement. I'm so used to using placements. I sort of made this reading up just as I started and developed just as I started this channel. So. Fresh. All right, so we're going to air a lot of frustrations. This is conversations. This is 5 of the 5 of arrows. So 5 is of the senses, arrows of communication of the mind, our anxiety, our stress, our frustration. Oh, breathe. Got to breathe when we get here, because you're talking about your home. We're talking about these inspired energies around you, and you want this fulfillment. So I sort of see this as brainstorming. If we want to put this on a really practical level, it's putting out all the ideas that you want, using these spiritual ideas and actually trying to make them into actual thoughts and practical ideas that you can actually work with. This is a healing element, is running through all these ideas. So you might go through 50 things that that work for you to find that one that does. All right, but you're putting out there the conversations. All right, there's a lot of conversations put out, people, and it might be a bit frustrating, but it's a healing element. All right, one more for this row. Let's see what we got. Alright, so I'm going to take that one for there, because this one's turned up on top. It'll go here. Alright, the healing element. Fulfillment. So the wheel is turning. Sometimes you're on top, sometimes you're on the bottom, right? But when the wheel of fortune turns, it's all about what we hold on to and what we let go. Alright, so we can let go of stuff that no longer suits us, and what doesn't, and as this turns, and it doesn't mean that it isn't in your cloak. All right, again, we've got the deer here, who is the queen of communication. We've got the bear there, who's the queen of stones. So it's very practical, and it's a very communicative Like, so it's, but as we turn this wheel, we really know what weaves our cloak. What we hold on to adds colour to it. What we let go is the end of perhaps that pattern. All right, and you can always add things back in and out, but this is it's saying that the fulfillment and all of this frustration is the wheel is turning. All right, you've got a frustration, and that's actually going to bring up all the ideas because you respect yourself, you're emotionally connected, all right, but you're being like, you know that the wheel is turning, and it's part of this fulfillment that you've been chasing. Okay, what have we got here? This is how we approach the practical world. Oopa. We're going to pull in. All right, take your time. This is taking time to learn things. So opposed to a lot of these being like the shaman being of air, and a lot of all of this being of fire, because that's what fulfillment is about, like desire. This here, we take that and we're going to take it to our home, the little wren. We're going to take it into our house. We're going to take our light and what that light is to us. And we're going to take it in and we're going to think about that. And we're going to learn more about it. We're going to learn more about the things that we're involved with, maybe with our career, get more skills for that. All right, and we're going to bring it in. This is a condensing time where this guy is like, throw it all out. This guy's like, bring that all in so I can think about it and I can condense this. All right, this is how we apply it to the practical world. All right, working on your ideas, working on your business, working on your career, being productive. Okay, taking that light within. All right, so we're going to rest our emotions. Right here, and we see the deer again. So she's in a few of these cards already. Like 2, and so this is again, we're still talking, and this is ideas, and she's drinking from that 3rd cup down here. This is one of the only cups that it actually pours out like this, and you see it recycled, refiltered all the way down and sort of back up. And so we're filtering our thoughts, we're filtering our emotions inside of this card. I always see this as no drama llama. It quite often is that it's like you've got the 3 cups of joy, and that 4th cup, that one cup is you, all right? And you just don't know how to find the fulfillment out of that. So but this is emotional. It's emotional boredom. It's that rest spot. 4 is always a rest, all right? So we're resting, no drama llama inside of there while we think about it a bit, right? And we think about what these emotions have brought from the 3 cups previously, right? Okay, so one more. How are we going to apply this? So the thing is, you're going to be intellectualize it, you're going to take time, you might be practical, but you're not actually going to be overtly emotional about it. Because we're clearing stuff out, we're clearing out beliefs that no longer serve us. This is spiritual backburning at its best, right? And so this is really taking out and pruning the trees and cleaning up a bit and taking a bit of time to backburn the things that don't suit us anymore. All right, we refine again what we believe in because you've been going through this quest, right? And so it's clearing out things that no longer serve on your path. Not emotional about it, right? So this is it, taking your time inside this. It's paced. It's paced so that you can go. I don't believe that of myself anymore. All right, you're allowed to go. I'm not that person that I was before. So we've got 2 partnerships. What do we got going on for partnerships? This is a sort of joy card. So this is where we triumph. This is like what you put in is what you get out. And we're talking about faith again. We've got a lot of fire cards on the table here, talking about our faith, what we believe in, right? Not being volatile about it. All right, but this is really, you've pushed that energy and you've been looking for stuff. So you're going to start seeing the fruits of your labor, and it comes in your partnerships. So this is maybe your networking, or, you're going to find happiness inside of your circles with friends. It's got some warm and joy in here after you've cleared a lot of all this stuff. But this is really in your partnerships. You're going to start to find some prosperity inside of them. And what seeds that you've put in are going to come out of them. All right, so one more for our partnerships. One more for our partnerships. All right. That one. Justice. So what you put in is what you get out. This is also a harvest card. This is the exact same thing. This is karma. This is the tree that you planted the roots below, and the roots is the tree above. Like what you put in is what you get out. So you're going to find the justice of this harvest. You're going to see that people are respecting what you're doing and what you've been putting into it, even though, there's a lot of frustrated energy inside of the change, right? Because you're clearing out all this other stuff. Like, it's because of a practical mean. You've been driven because of this stuff. And so this is in this last position of partnership is really talking about, you know, your connections, and you're going to feel the injustice inside of where this all is. Like, this is a nice balanced energy just in there. All right, the scales of justice are balanced. All right, so you got the spiritual harvest, and then we're balancing out the scales of all of your karma. All right, so one more for yourself. What's this self-love card? All right. You've done all of this. You've redreamed. You're working out the completion. You spent your time working out and what your fulfillment is, and what your drive is, and what you're respecting yourself. You have to take all of that. This potential energy in the archer is aimed. She knows exactly what it is. She has the skills in her quiver. She knows exactly where she's aimed. She's trained. She's breathing. She has honed her eye in. This is all the potential energy that you've got to take it out to the world. Apply it to the world. You're trained in this. You know what your skills are. You know where you come from. You know what you've done. This is a strength in the physical world of really taking it on. All right, really taking on the challenge to be all of these things, to actually hone it all in and take your mark. All right, do the hunt, take the hunt. It's all yours. All right, so this is a really interesting spot. It's very sort of career driven, but it's heartworks driven inside of here, and there's practicality, and you're about to explode. All right, this has got a really explosive energy behind it, and we know that from the volcano. All right, take it, grab it, run with it. It's yours. Let it all out. Brainstorm it. Respect yourself. Like, take the emotional woman inside of this. You know, really take that role. Respect it and love it. All right, be your hermit. Take your time to learn and in all of this, because the karma and the justice and the harvest is all coming. You're going to reap what you sow, but really aim it now. Put it on, jump. All right, I love where we've gone with this. Brilliant. Thank you for being here. I have the weekly hot tea is out. Check out your element, and I will put those in the timestamps for you. And I hope you have a great week. I hope you have a great full moon. This is full moon energy, and thank you for being here. All right, people, that was really fun. All right, thank you for picking that. I am going to clean up for Poppy and the Modern Witch Tarot, which magically will happen for everybody else as I put a timestamp in, and you jump to that if you actually wanted Poppy. So I'm going to throw aside the Greenwood, because we're not going to use that. We're going to put this one in there. We're going to put this one in there. This is my shuffling when I use one card, guys. Like, all right, and we're going to swap out. We're going to bring Poppy over here. Poppy! And we're going to bring the Modern Witch over here. And I'm going to do this and do that, because that's sort of how it actually goes in life. Okay, so next up, we got the Modern Witch. So thank you for being here. Thank you for choosing the Modern Witch. And this is going to be really interesting. So I've got these other cards. The last two will be very interesting reads. This is something very different. So we're here for the full moon, Virgo energy. All right, let's see what is out there. I'm going to pull one card because this is a self-love reading. And how it flows is we've got 5 cards for how we got here, 4 for our healing element, 3 for our practical world, 2 for our partnerships, and then we'll have 1 for self-love. I'm going to start with this because it's a heart and soul deck. Tony Carmen Salinara. It's really good for a table deck if you're looking for a little bit of love and inspiration in your day. Ooh, okay, she's out. So here we are. Behold and strong, for you are the creator of your own destiny. Look within and you will find everything you need there. Burst forth from your cocoon and fly. The sky is the limit if you follow your heart. Your own inner guidance, your heart and your own inner guidance. Listen to what others say, but do not blindly follow their advice. All right, so you can get advice, and we're going to come out of that cocoon, and we're actually going to use our own inner guidance. So listen to what other people say, but we're going to look within for our own destiny, because you're the creator. Be strong. You're the creator of your own destiny. We are co-creators in our world, so you do get to decide some of what you want in here, right? So this is the Spellcaster's Oracle. Yeah. Ooh, psychic abilities. Look, if you are tuning in, you are tuning in. All right, you might be working on your third eye. You might be trying to elevate certain things inside of yourself, and these are the things that you want to connect with. You're going to find that you might have some things are going to pop into you. You might be getting some visions. You might be getting some intuition coming your way. All right, but you've got some psychic abilities, so don't disregard yourself. We're all tuned in. That's what this is about. I worked a full-time job in something that was really consuming, and literally once I stopped doing that, I had time and I understood and I saw the connections and I saw it all tripping in together. I have dreams. My dreams are weirdly premonitions, and so you might find that there's a few answers and there's a few things that your heart desires. Look within. Look within. All right, so this is the Greenwood Oracle, and I just got this. It's brand new. It is out. So courage, take courage in the time. All right, we also have a bit of a sword in there. So this is air energy. This is actually taking courage to say the things you need to say, right? The time is protecting. It's in our parsley, sage, rosemary, and thyme, all right? So these are in our original kit. And so this is a time of taking a bit of courage. Oh, fire passion. It's fire and air, because air is swords. And so we've got fire and air. This is taking the courage to taking what you believe in and say the things that you need to say. Courage to believe in yourself. Okay. So this is the earth magic. And with that, we've got a bit of reflection. All right, winter solstice. So this is a time of reflection where we are tracking to ourselves. We take that minute. It's a meditative spot. It could be the hermit even if we looked at that. All right, but this reflection is always when we remove the water. So the water is frozen and we're able to see it and see it without actually being in it. All right, so you can see it from the outside and see a different view in it while we take our time to reflect on where we've come from inside of this card. Reflection. Okay. All right, let's see what the Modern Witch Oracle has got for us today. I've only used this deck a couple of times, but it's aligned to the right away, but it's a little modern. It's got more witches in it. Ace of Pentacles. So what has brought you here? This is about a practical new beginning. So we're starting something. We're starting a new job. We're starting a new career. We're starting to take the courage to believe in ourselves that this is new money. This is a new beginning. This is our foundation stone when we lay foundation stones in our life. All right. So I'm going to bring those down because I don't need as much room with these. The Greenwood is just huge. All right, every time, and you know what, that Greenwood Oracle, they're about the same size. Head ones are bigger. Oh, bigger decks. All these big decks. This is a nice little deck to shuffle. All right, 4 more. I'm going to put that there. 2. Those 2. Bring that across. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 more. What have we got from the Modern Witch? 1 more. So I don't do reverse, and other people might do reverse. I don't do them. There's enough light and dark in the deck without them. Okay, so King of Swords. So it's a new beginning. This might actually be signing contracts. This is a just king who is actually trying to deal with it. It's dotting the I's and crossing the T's and contracts and stuff. But it's really communicating yourself from a power position that you are actually all you say you are, and it's having the courage to do that. All right, but this king sits in a spot where we can he's taking the justice. He takes his time to actually sign the contracts. This is really a contractual sort of thing when you put it next to the stone, this Ace of Pentacles. So it might be a new job, but we're feeling like we have to leave joy behind, maybe. Maybe you're seeing these 2 cups of attraction and we've got these empty 3 cups of joy, right? This is sort of saying you're disregarding decks, but this in other ways, it's like, sometimes there's been an indulgence to get to here, and you got to be careful of over drinking and suppressing your emotions inside of this card and not looking at the joy and turning your back on the you're looking at the spilled joy and turning your back on the actual attraction inside of this and what you're attracted to in the world. So be careful of not taking something that isn't heartworks, all right? All right. So, because we're also dreaming. This is the 7 of Cups. So the 7 Cups this morning, it's letting go of things from the past again. So we're in this position where we look at all those temptations, or we look at all of these different ideas and the things from the past perhaps, and the reunions that didn't happen, but this is sort of a daydreaming about our emotions in here and what our daydreams actually are in there, what our heart's desires are in there. What are the cups full with? All right, and we're daydreaming again with the moon, another watery card. So there's a lot of water cards inside of here already as we've sort of gone into this, which does sort of go with your psychic ability card and this reflection, this frozen over reflection sometimes could be this same thing inside of this Five of Cups. But this moon, we're sort of black and white. What's the black and white? What's the lady in the lake? You know, what's our dreams? This is a really incandescent light. It's not about following your path. It is actually a fruitful spot for you to think about your dreams. So we are thinking about our dreams. That's what's brought us to here, what we actually our heart desired. But we're looking for a new job. We're looking for a new substance and about how to express that. And they've got butterflies on the top of this, so a bit of transformation energy. So I'm going to give us 4 cards for our healing element. We'll take that one while we're at it. 4 cards for our healing element. What do we got? I'm going to take that one. I'm going to take that one too. And that one apparently. And that one because it felt like it should have been there. So there were 4, believe it or not. Alright, so 4 for our healing element. Let's go. 8 cards. So there's been a struggle. This is struggle. Alright, so you're struggling with your thoughts, and this is a healing element. It's going through all of those things. Once you realize that you're bound by your thoughts, you can actually be released. Alright, so you can actually work through these by edging down on your struggles. You got to be careful about not manifesting. When we think too hard with an 8, we manifest, right? And so this is sitting in the spot where you're sort of really being careful about your thoughts because or your words, and that's fine. So we're being careful about our thoughts and words because we feel like we're a little bit bound up, but it's a healing element. We're going to work with it. All right, we're going to work with your struggle. And that means sometimes writing it out so it becomes less of a struggle. With air, I always think, write it down, write the list. All right, so you can step forward on one of those things and at least unbind yourself from the struggle. Okay, this is our healing element. The Lovers. All right, so maybe we were thinking about the Lovers here, and here they are. So it might be that you might not be saying everything that you want to say to this lover or something. It's like the joy. I'm going to put this to the side, but we've got the Lover sitting this. It can be a very Gemini energy sitting in here, like as they you know, as they combine, and that's a very Gemini energy talking. This is still a lot of talking inside of here, but we'll see what this Lovers are. This is healing element, so I just want to keep going because it's sort of saying something interesting, but it's not all there yet with our healing. Oh, because you're the Empress. All right, this is the green woman. This is the woman who is she's sensual. She's got it all. She knows where she's at. She knows what her strength is. Okay, so she has perhaps all this dreaming and all of this stuff has just made her go, I'm actually strong and fertile and earthy. Like I'm going to take, you know, this joy that and the attraction that you've been walking away from, and because you've been looking at what the dream is, all right, with this Lovers, is you're the Empress. You've got the strength inside of this. All right, this could just be that you're biting your words just here, that you're being very conservative about what your words are, and it's a very big theme this month to be conservative. Make sure that the words are correct. All right, maybe you're struggling with this financial beginning. Maybe you're struggling with that and what that is with a relationship with the Lovers. All right, let's keep going with our healing. Ooh, the 7 of Swords. Here we're standing above the battle. We are definitely, I've got an upper hand inside of this situation. So we've had a triumph and we are now still continue to walking. We're clearing out. We're stepping away from all of these past ideas, these past wands, you know, because they're all something of faith. And we're backing and battling them back. And we're saying, I believe in some of this and I don't believe. And we're establishing what I believe in, what I'm going to respect myself for. All right. So this is establishing where we're going to put out our beliefs, and we're clearing out old stuff, all these old sticks that we're not using anymore in our battle. We're standing above those and we're clearing them out from what we've believed and what we've gone through. So we've got with the 7 of Cups, we've then moved, which is emotion. We've then moved to the 7 of Fire in here. So we've then taken on going, these are the things I believe in, no matter what happened in the past and what happened with my job or what happened with my beginnings. These are the things that I believe in. Still something here you might not know about. All right, so three cards for how we're going to apply this all to the world. Let's see where this rolls. Interesting. I can't predict them. That's actually not my tool. Intuitive, yes. Okay. So we've got the Queen of Wands. So whatever this struggle is, whatever you haven't been able to say with these lovers before, you haven't been able to say about your finance, you haven't been say about your job, you know, you're going to be able to express it. This is the Queen of Air. All right, so this is really talking about it, and it's talking about it in a loving way, where the king has removed the love from it. The queen will chop off your head if she needs to. Don't worry about that. But this is definitely, this queen is going to express herself. So you're going to express yourself with love, and you're going to unbind yourself, because this is totally the nth of this. So we go through this whatever you were holding back inside of here, which heals you to be able to talk with the lover, perhaps, or be the lover, talk like the lover inside of it, that you're loving what you're doing, because before here you weren't loving what you were doing. Right? You weren't loving what you were doing. You were communicating stuff, but you weren't loving what you were doing. Communicating, I wanted a new start, but it was still a bit wishy-washy on an emotional level. Okay, but we're going to communicate it. And we've got the Empress who's grounded this water here, and we've gone from, you know, that water all to this grounding energy. Okay, so there's two more for how we apply it to the world. Two more how we apply this to the world. Come on, we can do it. We've got Three of Wands. We're looking for fulfillment. We're looking about where that boat's coming in. We're watching all the seeds that we've planted. We're watching to see them grow, right? So we've put in our faith, our spark of life, and we've put in our belief inside of things. And this is really watching it grow, watching the boats come in, just waiting for it to return, waiting for it to come through. But this is about fulfillment. This is about finding your fulfillment from your spiritual decisions, from the things you believe in. All right. It's all going to start coming through. You're going to start feel like getting fulfillment from clearing out old ways and respecting the lover and the Empress inside of you. All right, one more for this room. What do we got? All right, the Nine of Wands is about respect. So out of sight of this, the Queen and the Empress, it's going to give you respect inside of this. All right, so this is about respecting yourself, all these battles and this clearance that you had and why you got to here and what your fulfillment is. It's actually about respecting how this all works out. So you're going to show your respect to people and you're going to feel the respect. That's how it's going to apply to the world. And this Empress is going to show that I'm fertile and I'm in control, and there's an abundance inside of here of what I've been looking for, and I can communicate that. Is how this row is saying I can communicate my fulfillment and what I respect inside of that. There was an emotional struggle to get here. Still communicating, right? All right, you were communicating like a dude to start with, and that was a bit binding, and now you're going to communicate like a woman, like a chick. All right, so 2 for partnerships. 6 Cups, that's a reunion. This is about reuniting with family. This is about reuniting with a lover. This is about reuniting with your childhood dreams that you may have let go. So this is having that courage to have that reflection, maybe in these cups, because this is between this 5 and the 7 up here. But this is actually a fulfillment card between those. So this is actually going to bring inside of here, you're going to feel that you're reunited with things that you perhaps had lost at the beginning of this reading that you came into it. You're going to feel there's a reuniting energy. Okay, 2 more cards to go. And then we're done with this reading. Okay, let's see what we got. 2 more. Oh, got 3, 4. I'm going to take that one. So we got the spark, the fire, and I was talking about this. This is the spark of life. These are all the things that are driven. So all of this faith, all these decisions, all these things that you walked away from, you know, taking a chance perhaps to start something financially different, you know, and all of this goes with the lover and this fulfillment of this queen. We've taken the time to respect ourselves. We've taken the time to clear everything that was there, and we're verbalizing that, and you're going to have this reunion, and it's going to be a spark of life. It's going to be a spark of light in your face. This is kapow energy. This reunion is kapow energy. All right, 1 more card to go. Ooh, I'm going to take one more, party people. And the 8 of Wands, we're moving on. This is moving on energy. All right, guys, getting on. This is where we're going with this. All right, you're going to find that you are fired up. You've got the courage. You've taken the time to reflect within to find the things that actually are meaningful to you, so you can redream your life inside of here. All right, you don't need to follow other people blindly. You need to look for your own inner guidance inside of this. All right, and so this is a real strong energy, fired up, moving forward. You're respecting yourself. You know where you've come from, and the lovers inside of this. There's this really beautiful energy that it might have been frustrating to start with. You might have been communicating yourself in a different way, and there's, you know, and how you're working out these finances and stuff. We've got a whole heap of connections inside of here, and most of them are sort of like really edging on you. We're going through a hard time when you couldn't see, and you're mourning, perhaps looking for things. We're really coming forward. You've got a spark here. We've got a reunion in here with our inner child, perhaps, and we're moving on. This is a real strong energy for, you know, for your hearth fire, that you really are taking the things and you're driving yourself forward like on a highway. All right, life is a highway. You can drive yourself all night long. Thank you very much for being here. This has been a very interesting couple of readings. I put out the weekly hot tea. I will put some links inside of the description here. I hope that you are well. Have a great full moon, and I will catch you on the flip side.